again. So all of you get a little area. If somebody throws you down on the ground, remember, hands up in a blocking position. Roll to one side and kick. Roll to the other side and kick. Kelly, run around me.
Okay. Ooh, that is hard.
Run faster. And I can kick that knees. And see how you're rolling on your elbows?
Good thinking.
And you roll to one side. Kick. So practice that at home, where you're rolling and you got your fists up to block your head in case they try and kick you. Now, you don't want to stay on the ground. If you can get up as soon as possible, because on the ground you don't have an advantage.
So that you can get back up.
Right, you want to get back up. But if you come at me, I'm going to kick you. And see how that alignment is with my legs?
And so if they try and jump on you, then you're automatically going to kick them off.
Yes, I'm going to kick them off and hit them. But I want to get up as soon as possible. Now remember, if someone pushes you from behind, so if you, right, my glasses. If someone pushes you from behind, push me from behind. You want to roll over the back of your shoulder on an angle. So you're rolling, step forward, roll, and then come down, and then come up in your stance, ready, with your hands up. Someone pushes you from behind, you can do it too.
What if they push you from lower though, like right here? Like that's kind of harder because you're
It's harder.
the wrong way.
Yeah, because if they're pushing you from lower, you don't have to tuck under. You just turn around. So why not, and practice that at home, that when you roll. And do it. You can do it on the lawn. Just be careful there's no sprinkler heads.
Or spiders in my place. There's so many
Spiders at your house?
Horrible.
Okay, so the grab techniques. You thought there's these. Most of these are all similar. Somebody grabs you like this. This is really bad because her hands are right in the wrong spot for me.
Yeah, I can just go reach down.
Grab, pinch.
Or also, if I want to, I can do a little click.
There's all sorts of memorized ones that we have. Someone grabs your hair and you pack it back up. So if you grab my hair back here, I come around, right this, dragon fist, hit, 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 hit. So there's one, what I really want you to get is combinations. You don't have to say, okay, I'm going to do the dragon fist, ridge hand, elbow, hit, 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 hit. But I want you to be able to do combinations. So if you learn a couple of them,
What's the dragon fist?
it's right here.
It's like the middle finger ready.
Middle finger is not out all the way. It's out right to there. So you're just hitting with that, and then you right down with it. And then the ridge hand is this fleshy portion, the little muscle right here. That's one of the soft blocks. Remember, we practice outward instead of outward circle, outward, inward. And so it's a little bit like Kung Fu on sense. Yeah, so, any other blocks? Anything you want to go over with the grabs?
The backhanded one.
The choke?
Or maybe the front-handed one.
Okay. Okay, take control of them and get them off balance. So I've got you off balance. Then you can hit, 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 hit. Now, if you can get there, but I just want this to be taken control of. You can hit just like this.
Okay.
Or you can throw your arms up. But then all I do is get out.
You want to cause damage?
I want to touch damage. So if you come back the balance off, you break here or hit here. Break, swing, hit him in the throat, hit him. See how your body is moving back and forth. I don't like to bring it back to here, but you are coming. And get used to that. Boom, boom, boom. And your pivots, so your legs. If you're standing straight and you're doing this, you've lost half your energy. You want to be moving. You see your whole body's kind of pivoting. So when you punch, and then you're going to really get the force that you need. So what if the guy has glasses on? Yep, swipe those glasses up. Come in with your thumbs or with your fingers. And if he's on top of you, what do?
You grab his ears and then you do it.
Push that.
Yeah, you push.
And the hard part, okay, get on the ground. I'll take your glasses off. Okay, so the guy's on top of you.
Okay,
What can you do here?
this, you can move them up,
Yeah,
and then you can rotate.
rotate, good. Depends how heavy he is, right?
Uh-huh.
Now what? Because if you could knee him with the knees and you're wiggling, what else do you have at your disposal that you're not using?
My head.
If you can get that close, I'm pretty far
I
away.
don't think I could get that.
You have something else.
My feet,
If you can move them,
so my knees.
your mouth.
Oh, and I can try and bite his arm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What else? Am I strong enough? Can you get out of this? Okay, she's lifting. Yeah, good. Try. Okay, but what's his objective? I mean, really, he's going to have to let go of your hands to do some things.
So I can do the air thigh.
Uh-huh. If you can get hold of that. But your mouth screaming, people always laugh about that, but it will scare them and it'll draw attention from other people if you're in a room somewhere and you can get help. So if you're screaming for help, your mouth, and if he tries to cover your mouth, at least but a situation like that, try not to get down, because if a wrestler gets me on the floor, I used to be a wrestler in high school, but still, if a real good wrestler gets you on the floor, you're in trouble, so you don't want to let them. So you want to try and avoid getting down into that situation, if at all possible. So if a wrestler, they go into this move, they're not expecting to be kicked. But most nice wrestlers aren't going to try and attack you either, but it just depends on their training. So if they have martial arts training, it's even scarier. So go for the throat, go for the groin, go for the kneecaps, on all of the women's self-defense issues.
I guess I could have also tried like the door handle.
Yeah, but I had your hands.
Yeah, but like you were saying before, they're going to have to let go eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what's the purpose for me to sit and hold you on the ground? I'm on top and I'm holding you. Well, they either have to take the pants off or they have to, if they're going to do something like that. So there's a point where you're going to be able to do something, but you should be screaming. And try not to get into a situation where you're alone anyway. So how did you get in a room with a guy alone in the first place? And I have a friend that got raped in the house of her boyfriend. And that happened because she went over there and then she said, no, stop. And he went, stop. And she got raped. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. But so the situation was being alone with him in the first place, but she didn't think he was dangerous because he was the boyfriend. So, we still doing okay? Okay, so let's do the crossover walk. So you're all lined up. And how that works with the camera. Hands up.
Oh, we're doing it.
Yep. Cross back, over. Back, over, back, over. Now we're going to go back. So you're going to go over the front and back. Over the front and back. Over the front. So when you're backing up, you drop your foot over the front. When you're going forward, you come through the back. Now, let's do the turn, where you cross back here and then swing around. Okay, that's a cross stance. Put it here and turn around. So you're actually putting your foot down and then spinning, and your arms are up. Now, when you're in a fight, this exercise is going to keep you limber and give you options. That I suggest when you're fighting, don't turn your back on them. And so, that kick we learned, spinning back kick, where you do that, I'd rather not do it if I'm in a fight, because I don't want to turn my back on them. Like coming here and spinning around, I'd rather not do that with them in a fight. It just gives you options. If you had to spin, if you had to turn, if you had to go down. Same thing with the floor fighting. I'd rather not be on the floor fighting because you're at a disadvantage. So try not to do that. Try not to turn your back on them if you can possibly avoid it. So go for the eyes, the throat, the groin. That's repetitive, but that's what gets in your muscle memory. So when you're at work thinking, I'm working with children, I can't do this on them, I'll hurt them. I can't do this on them, I'll hurt them. That's good because you're in the thought process. Whereas when I was at that swimming pool, a guy grabbed my legs, I put this finger in his eye socket and lifted him out of the water. I wasn't thinking, okay, this is a church activity, that people aren't trying to kill me here. I just automatically reacted. So you need to do more thinking and think, okay, but also, don't walk down a dark alley. And the other day, I went under a freeway underpass at 9:30 at night, and there's this really little girl, probably 13, 14, all alone in the dark under the underpass. And I'm thinking, she's walking from one point to another. Why is she alone? Really try not to be alone, and try not to take paths like that are dark. I mean, if you have no other options, then you have no other options, but try and get a ride from someone. Other aspects of the grabs. Okay, we can go, I have the list and we can go down them. I don't want you to be limited, saying, okay, I can only do this, I can only do that. So when you play that what if game, when they choke you here, when they grab you here, so if I grab you from behind like this, so,
I can go
yep, you got out.
that if I wanted to, or I can just
Good, and now you've got your knees,
I
don't
got
cross your,
these,
yeah.
I got this.
Very good. So here, do it to me.
So it's like that.
Yeah. And they normally hold your hand down like that.
Okay.
You're going to go out like you're asking for money. You're going to swing out like that. And it takes them off balance. And now from here, I'm cocked. So you can come here, hand like this, so boom, boom. Now I grab hold of here tightly, so when I spin around, I can spin around and kick. And then I'm ready here. And you can come around back here. There's all sorts of things you can add to it. But the thing is, you're going to step out. You can step out like this. Just depends on what you're doing.
What if you what if you like a basketball and you have like really big hands?
If you can't get out of it,
Then you step forward.
then you step forward and you're going to use your feet. Because I had a truck driver that did a demo on once. I got out, but his fingernails ripped both my wrists. And I was bleeding on both wrists. And I got out. And he was extremely strong. And he was probably 260, 70 pounds. And I was just a tiny thing. So, tiny guy. So if I've got you here and you can't get out, because I'm a big basketball player, I'm still worried because, yeah, you still got out. Let me try. Really, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it as strong as I can. I'm strong. Still got out. So if somebody's trying to hold you, did it hurt you? Because I did it strong.
Yeah, just
She's going to go home with bruises on her hands.
Nah, just
Look, Mom, look what you did to me. I used to come home from class all bruised up, and the instructor broke my nose one day, and my mom's like, are you sure you should stay in this class? They didn't do it intentionally, but I stepped into his punch. Okay, so line up here. Let's just review the blocks. Hands up, put one foot behind the other, whichever is most comfortable. Good. Now line up your back heel to your front toe to straight in front of you. The toe to heel. Yep. Very good. And don't have this straight, because if your leg's straight and kick you here, it'll break. So this is turn. And this goes heel, toe. No, go over here. You're right first. So heel to your toe, good.
I got it mixed up.
Toe to your heel, good. This is slightly bent, good. So if somebody kicks you here, yep, you drop down and I went off balance. So if somebody does a sweep, yeah, you can go down, or you can just lift it, yep, you just let it flow. So, yeah, and so you don't want to stay solid. That'll really hurt you when you're staying solid.
I really still want to hit you like right here. You really
Collapse
can't-
it.
You really can't do it.
Collapse it, yeah.
Okay.
Because if you keep it solid, it'll break your knee. So you want it to collapse. Or, even better, try and move. I'm just saying, if you're there and it hits you, yeah, if you can move back, if you can move it out of the way, hands up, hands up. Okay. So, inward block, the small circle on the end, with the front hand. Inward block.
Do you
Okay.
just want to keep your fist like this, or do you want to kind of...
You don't want to move the fist around. Yeah, you want to keep it straight up and down with the bone alignment. So your fist is straight. Outward block. So outward with the small circle. Rising, small circle.